Welcome to Jetpack America, the world's most experienced jetpack training facility, where tens of thousands of first-time pilots have experienced the wonder of personal flight. The JetBlade system is comprised of two independent swiveling base plates with wakeboard-style boots, which allow the pilot to direct the jets of water coming from the sides of the feet to control steering, spins, and direction. An industrial 52-foot hose goes from the JetBlade and attaches to a standard jet ski, which serves as the engine. The jet ski pumps water through the hose and to the JetBlade to provide the propulsion to get you into the air. After your initial training, we'll walk you out to the beach. You'll be greeted by the beach crew, who will fit you with a life jacket and helmet. The helmet is fitted with a one-way radio so that your instructor can communicate with you during your flight. We'll give you a sound check to ensure that you can hear your instructor. The volume should be as loud as possible, but you should still be able to clearly understand what's being said. After you're all geared up, you'll proceed to the flight area. Before you enter the water, your instructor will help strap you into the boots. You'll lie down on your back, and your instructor will help you by first loosening the straps on the bindings. Put your finger through the ring on the back of the boot, and push your foot in while pulling on the ring. We'll then help you tighten up the boots. The straps should be snug but not too tight. Your instructor will ask if any of them need tightening and make the necessary adjustments for you. Once you're strapped in, we'll pull you out to a safe depth to start you up. You'll immediately notice that everything floats. Not only is your life jacket buoyant, so is the JetBlade. Once at the correct depth, you'll need to roll over onto your stomach before you begin. Roll your upper body over first, and then follow by rolling your lower body. For your first flight, your instructor will be controlling the throttle for you. By taking the throttle out of the equation for your first flight, you're able to focus on learning the fundamentals of steering and flight control, and you're able to do more advanced maneuvers since the instructor can quickly throttle you down if you get into trouble. After the engine is started, your instructor will talk to you through your walkie-talkie helmet and slowly increase the throttle to get you moving. You'll want to start in the Superman position, which is done by locking your knees and arching your back slightly to keep your face out of the water. No need to swim, just let the jets push you forward. The next step is practicing S-turns. First, by simply looking and leaning in the direction you'd like to go, and then by bending one knee and lifting that foot. If you lift your right foot, you'll turn left, and if you lift your left foot, you'll turn right. You'll be surprised by just how easy it is to go in the direction you want to go. Once you're comfortable with turns, the instructor will increase your throttle slightly so that you can work on dolphin dives. You'll want to get comfortable with diving forward, because once you get in the air, if you ever feel unstable, you'll want to dive forward instead of going back toward the jet ski. To do a dolphin dive, bend your knees and let your feet come directly beneath you. Then, straighten your legs and push down with your feet slightly. As you rise up, lean your upper body forward and dive as though you're diving into a pool. Once underwater, immediately arch your back and straighten your legs to come back out of the water into the Superman position. Once you demonstrate controlled dolphin dives, it will be time to stand up and get flying. To stand up, bring your feet underneath you and get the board flat, parallel with the surface of the water. As soon as your feet are flat, lock your knees and stand up without pushing down on or lifting your toes. Standing up should be a fairly quick but fluid motion. To stay stable in the air initially, try to maintain a straight line between your head and your feet. The board should be flat, with your weight evenly balanced on the arch of the foot, not leaning forwards or backwards. Here are a few mistakes commonly made by first-timers and how to fix them so that you can get up and flying quickly. When standing up, it is natural to bend at the knees if losing altitude, which will cause you to splash down in the water. Keeping your knees locked is one of the main keys to getting into the air quickly. Should you ever find yourself losing altitude, this is usually an indication that your toes are too low. By raising your toes slightly, you'll stop the descent. When feeling unstable, the natural reaction is to wave your arms in an attempt to maintain your balance. However, this throws your body out of axis and actually makes it more difficult to maintain stable flight. Keep your hands on your life vest in order to keep the proper vertical axis. As they rise out of the water, many first-time flyers look down. Your body will follow your head, and by looking down you'll begin to lean, possibly causing a fall. Keep your eyes on the horizon, and this will help you to maintain your balance. Once in the air, if you find yourself descending to one side, it is typically because one knee is bent, causing the angle of the jets to change, which will push you to the side. Return the board to a flat position by straightening the knee that is bent. As you become more comfortable, you can start to bend at your knees and waist and let go of your life vest. But to begin, you'll be much more stable if you hold your vest and maintain a vertical line between your head and feet, keeping your eyes on the horizon. To steer, focus on using your feet. Use very small movements and move your feet together. Be sure to always face away from the jet ski and never turn directly towards it. Colliding with the jet ski is the main thing we want to avoid. Should you ever find yourself in the water facing the jet ski, put your arms up to protect yourself as a precaution, but swing your feet around so that they are between your head and the jet ski, and this will push you away. At the beginning of your flight, you'll want to always maintain a small amount of forward momentum. Hovering is when you stop moving forward entirely, and it is very easy to begin moving backwards or fall towards the jet ski from this position. If the instructor sees you hovering for too long or moving backwards, he or she will instruct you to bring your toes down slightly to regain a small amount of forward momentum. If the hover or backwards movement is not corrected, the instructor will have to kill the throttle and drop you in the water. Remember, if you ever feel unstable and are unable to recover, just dive forward like you practiced at the beginning of your flight. It may feel natural to bend your knees or sit down, but not only does diving forward allow you to recover quickly and get back to flying, it looks good too. Once you've mastered the basics, you can start having some fun with more advanced maneuvers. Try multiple dolphin dives, or dive from higher out of the water. Swimming is a fun trick that looks great too. Pretend like you're swimming quickly as the instructor throttles you up. Practice getting comfortable in a hover, and then you'll be able to do a yaw turn. From the hover, ensure that the hose is beneath you, and lift one toe while you push the other down. Make sure you keep the hose directly underneath you, as wide turns will cause the hose to lay over itself, temporarily restricting the flow of water. You want to spin around the axis of the hose, keeping the hose vertical. Once you get these down, underwater spins will be a breeze. Start linking these tricks together to show off your style. This is just the beginning of many tricks you can do with Jetpack America. See you in the sky.